use. One of the giant limitations of them, though, is that you have to be like kind of point blank in order to appropriately use them. Here I'm also going to show off something that we're not going to do for much later, but I do want to show it off while we're here. After you activate this elevator, there is a little secret that you can do by coming up here. Now, it looks like nothing, and normally this game's not very platform friendly. But there we can see that there's a treasure over there, and we want to get to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and there we can see a ramp that leads straight to a window, and it looks like there's a staircase on the side of that thing. So there is an advantage to exploring around a little bit. Now, as long as you roll towards this post here, the game will pretty much auto-track you onto it. So just make sure that you can roll in a straight line, or just roll directly at that target, and you will instantly get pulled, like, you know, kind of pulled to it in a sense. Now, at the moment, I'm going to go up here first, and that is to show off where this shortcut is as well. There's something that you can do if you curl up like a ball in this nest. I'm not prepared for that just yet, though, so we are not going to partake in that. But down there we can see a treasure, so if you run and jump down here, you get the Undead Asylum, Floor 2, West Key. To get down, the simpler way is to go that way. If you want a super safe way, this is a way that I figured out. But you jump down here to the right, and you'll take barely any damage whatsoever. Fall damage in this game is based upon a percentage of your health. Although I do believe that the weight that you're equipped can affect some of the damage you take. If you were to fall through that hole that we saw on the roof, there we go, I can finally get a shot of it. It's right here and leads to be above Petrus. However, it will take off a good chunk of your health, so make sure that you're at full health before trying to make a jump like that. If it looks like a fall that might kill you, it probably will kill you. And that's something you'll just get more comfortable with as time goes on. But each elevator can take you there, you just have to get off appropriately. Make sure not to jump from way up here, because you will die from fall damage, and it's actually very easy to miss. But now it's time for Grindin Circuit. However, as I come in here... Oh, I hit a bonfire at some point. When did I hit a bonfire? I don't remember hitting a bonfire. Odd. Did I hit the one down at Firelink? Oh well, anyways, this will be the grinding circuit I'm going to show off. Normally you'd come from the left over there is the easiest way. The reason I say the easiest way is because that's where the bonfire is, and that's where you're going to be resting up in between. But this will net you about 2,000 souls after you've done this. The other reason behind it is that you can farm for Titanite shards doing this circuit. The Balder set, their entire armor, and this guy specifically, if you notice that he has a much bigger shield, and then he's got the Balder side sword, they do have a chance for dropping off of enemies like that. So if you have the Drake sword, this farming circuit can be extremely easy. And same thing too is that if you're having problems getting the Drake sword, you can come here, farm for it with your lower gear, get yourself a bow and arrow, and then go back and do that trick that I was showing off. And you basically have unlimited souls for shopping, and 2,000 a circuit. That means that you can buy anything that you really want to in the game at this point. I wouldn't recommend getting the Crest of Artorias that we saw earlier. That was 20,000. Oh yeah, I decided to dual wield my Kaistas. Whoopsies. Other thing too is make sure if you're trying to use the heal miracle in combat, make sure you know where your talisman is. But there we got an extra set of Balder leggings. And there's me using a dashing R1 into an R2 combo, just because you need to be able to mix up your moveset and know where your buttons are. This guy, I know that he can give a lot of players a bit of trouble. What I recommend is just pushing him up the stairs, in a sense, with your shield. Although if you're lower than him, as you saw, sometimes his attacks will miss you. No, when you actually go to strike him, that's not true. He does have a chance to hit you because you you kind of raise yourself to be a little bit higher in order to hit him. But another huge thing that I recommend, especially for staircase, this game doesn't have the physics engine. This is just a ramp. It's not an actual stairwell. So you can actually cover a lot of ground going up a stairwell. And same thing, if you're going down a stairwell, you have a plunging attack. So if you keep finding that your blows are swinging above your opponent's head for some reason, this can be a good thing for you to learn as your jumping attack for stairwells specifically. Now, this part of the circuit is actually unnecessary, although I find it to be a good test to find out how comfortable you are with your weapon, how comfortable you are with combat. And this situation happens very rarely in the game, but you can be attacked by multiple things all at the same time, and it's good to know how you're going to handle yourself and react, and you can't just go charging in. I mean, the Drake Sword is allowing me to go charging in, but most of the time you cannot do that. The real reason that I do the grinding circuit all the way up here is that I do like to kill this last Balder Knight. Again, I tend to build actually more strength builds, so I like the Balder Knight set for that. And here we actually see that he's dropping 2 items, so enemies are not limited to just dropping 1. The Balder Gauntlets, I actually didn't realize that they had the same poise as the leather, but they are lighter. And even though they have less magic defense and less bleed resistance, which that's actually quite surprising, all the other defenses go up. So the Balder Gauntlets was actually one set of gauntlets I really did want to get. Everything else the chainmail is pretty much fine for. But you don't have to do that last big room and that last Balder Knight to do this circuit. I'm trying to get something from the Balder Knights, so yes, I am going to do that for a little bit. I'm actually going to do it off camera as well, because I don't think that watching a grind circuit is going to be that interesting. But that's it, is that you would start from where I showed you where to start, and then you can come down here, and then you always have this bonfire to rest at, which will restore your Estus flasks, your miracles, your spells. So if you're a spellcaster, the circuit is ridiculously easy. And then best part of all is that you get Titanite shards, which you just come down here.
Well, hello again. You seem to be doing all right. Need anything forged?
But then you can come down here, and as you can see, now you can start upgrading things further because you've been getting Titanite shards. Or you will start getting some. At the moment I only have 4 humanity, so it's not a lot.
I'll be seeing you then.
But a very easy way to upgrade your equipment very early in the game. Again, if you're doing this circuit, you get 2,000 souls. It's a little over, a little under, depending if you parry or riposte. I tend to parry and riposte a lot, so I get some bonus souls. And the Drake Sword can make this... Oh, that's weird. That increases some of my defense. I don't know what defense that increases, though. Huh. Never noticed that before. But you can always buy Titanite shards from Andre, and then upgrade your equipment accordingly. So, essentially, you are given... an easy way to level up. Now, at the moment, it costs me 2,000 souls to level up at all, and I really need to start upgrading my vitality and my endurance pretty badly. But what I actually am going to do instead is I'm going to increase my intelligence, that way I can spellcast, and I'm going to go down and talk to Rickard and get some of his spells, and then I can show off a little bit of spellcasting, because that's actually a little bit more dex-friendly. So next time, guys, I will meet you back up here at this fireplace. I'm going to farm for the piece of equipment. There's actually 1 or 2 pieces of equipment that I actually really do want off the Balder Knights, and I'm going to buy some of Rickard's spells to show those off as well. So until next time, guys, ta-ta.